The burning question out there in the world of sales and marketing nowadays is, can I just sell using AI, or do I still have to talk to people? Well, let me tell you, you need both AI and the sales conversation to make that mix just right to capture more sales. I'm Marla Koual. I'm a sales skills expert. I've helped people make over 50 million in revenues. And what I'd like you to do right now before you forget is to hit that subscribe button below and that little bell so that you know when I'm going live again, so that you don't miss out on these tips to balance AI and sales or just grow your sales skills. I've been at this a while, and I've noticed in my many years in marketing and in sales, and now with Facebook and all of our great online social media platforms, that many people want to remain in the passive world of let's just make a sale without doing anything. Well, Amazon does really well at that. And we know that Amazon is using AI to know how to get the right ads in front of the right people. But let's talk about you, the person who has to bring the human relationship to the sell. You're in network marketing, you're in direct selling, and what is a concern for you is how do you get your audience built? Well, AI, artificial intelligence, is going to be great for helping you grow that audience. There are a number of ways and systems that you can get, and I personally use them where I automate my birthday messages, where I'm having a social interaction with them. I set up messages that hit them a week before their birthday, they hit them the day of the birthday, they hit them a week after the birthday, and I'm trying to integrate a conversation. I'm trying to open a conversation with them and find a new opportunity to engage. And they may just be an old friend that I want to stay in touch with, but others may be people that I've done business with in the past and I want to re-engage. Other ways to meet people is to use a connector to find more of your like-minded audience. And then there's other messaging that you can do that is automated where you let people know you're touching them, not necessarily always hustling them, but you're touching them. So AI has a time and place. However, I don't think most people buy unless they have a personal connection with you. And so you have to keep this conversation with them warm. You can't always just do it with typed words. Maybe in the old days, a lot of business was done via letters. But I have to tell you, in nowadays world, they want to know that you're real, that you're not fake. So you're going to have to let them see you once in a while, and you're going to have to let them hear your voice once in a while. So let's talk about that sales conversation, the thing that AI will never ever complete for you. The sales conversation requires that you're still engaged, that you really want to know the person in front of you, that you're ready to pace with that person. That when you get into a conversation, you're not the one who says, I want to be heard. You're the one sitting there saying, I will hear you. I am here to hear you. I'm here to serve you, and I want to hear you, Mr. Buyer. I want to know what's on your mind and how to get that done. Now, that sounds maybe too much for some of you because you go, well, I want to get my point across and get out of there. You're building a relationship. You don't make a sale the first time. And if you're in network marketing, there's two mistakes that people are making. You have two things to sell. You have the products that you're selling and you have the opportunity that you're selling. But you can't get both of those into the same conversation. So it takes a few conversations to get going with people. But it's the first one that's the most important. The first one is where you have to show that you have empathy and you have to start building the trust. It doesn't all happen out of one conversation. The best way you do that is to ask open-ended questions, create a buying space, answer those questions they have. If you don't have them, you're going to get back to them. So now you have AI, you have the sales conversation. Sometimes in there are all those situations you have where you have to clarify for them and to build that relationship in order to sell something. And then the last thing you have that has to be done with using both AI and the personal touch again is that feedback or that follow-up loop that you want at the end of your sales conversation. So with some people, you can send some automated thank yous. That's really great. But you do want to touch base with your voice once in a while. Let them know that they're still important. Let them see if there's another conversation to have. You might get to follow up with them every 6 months. So it's really important when you're out there in the world of sales that you don't just market, that you really know how to engage in those one-on-one sales conversations. And that's where I can help you. You can get your 8 tips to win at selling. You just take a look in my link. And then what you're also going to do is, if you want more on how it is to win in network marketing and direct selling, is to go ahead and subscribe to this channel, hit that little bell so that you'll know the next time I go live. And let's connect again soon, and let's grow your sales skills.